All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quarantine Diaries. This is episode 5 now. It's pretty big time. Um, say hello to everybody's favorite co-host, Connor Hazelton. Not that you're below me on the co-host rank. It's just your official title. Yeah.
We're all adults here.
Also on the call, we have Will Keir from our high school as well. Welcome to the show, Will.
Yes.
What's going on,
Willard,
family?
happy to have.
Huge fan. Excited to be here.
Yeah, so today's episode, we didn't really have anything planned. It's just kind of what we've been doing the whole time. So, Will, I know you had something that you wanted.
Real quick.
Oh, okay.
So, for the show, I got myself a new mic, but I can't use it because I don't have the connector for it. I was trying to find one in my house. And in the meantime, I ended up finding some nifty things. So we're just going to go through the things I found in my house. An old cell phone.
Wow. Flip phone.
Quarantine things over. I might be a drug dealer. A Swiss Army knife.
Very useful.
Possibly my most prized possession in the entire world.
Isn't that your nickname, Connor? Swiss Army?
My most prized possession, the glove Connor Shaw gave me after the Alabama game when I rushed the field.
Wow.
Did he sign it?
No, I was pretty drunk. I'm like, hey, Connor Shaw, can I have your glove? He's like, okay. And he didn't even play, but it's nice to have.
Wow. Is that it? Is that what you found in your house?
That was a segment. Only
Great.
noteworthy things. Carry on now, Kier. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No, so every week we add to what this podcast stands for as we continue to build our brand out there. And Will, I think you had something that you wanted to have added to our pros list.
Yeah. So as a 4-time listener out of 4 episodes, and now being on the 5th, I'm familiar with the pros and cons segment. The first pro is the podcast. Podcasts are phenomenal. The people need you guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're out here struggling. We're kind of getting a little restless, losing our minds, and we need you to speak to the people and give us this content. So definitely a pro.
Thank you. But here's a question though for you that we talked about one of the episodes. Do you think this wouldn't be as bad if sports were still on?
It would still be good. For sure. I honestly think you could add some more interesting segments to your podcast if sports were on. I know you both like to roll the dice a little bit. There could be some really interesting gambling segments. So I think it's nice that you lay the foundation. If you can create a 50-minute podcast of pure content without sports, I think that is speaking to your guys' ability to talk about just absolutely anything. So whenever sports get layered back into the mix, it'll be super easy for you guys to kind of layer that in segments.
This is great. Will's my favorite guest. I'm glad.
The nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
Yeah, for sure.
But seriously, we could talk about sports for honestly until our computers died. So
that quarantine in a year.
Right. Yeah. So that's never like there will never be a shortage of sports conversation from a podcast perspective. So if you guys find other interesting topics to talk about and kind of get segments related to those, as soon as sports get back in the loop, if ever, then they'll fall right into the mix. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, God. If this goes on like 3 months, and we committed to doing daily episodes, so 3 months of daily episodes, God knows what we'll be talking about come into summer. So
exactly.
Please hurry back, sports. To add to the against list, I had this come up several times this week, and I don't know if we talked about it, but changing your work passwords to
my God. Like your work email every 3 or 6 months? Fuck that.
Right. Can't repeat values, has to have a capital letter, and a special character at this point.
And a number.
I ran out of different ideas years ago. Now I'm like that old person who has to like write down all my passwords everywhere.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a new thing too. Last couple of years.
And then if like you try to make it too similar to your old one, it'll just call you out for it. It's like, oh, too close to your old one. It's like, get out of here, you motherfucking computer.
Yep. So I am absolutely against changing passwords, and that's all I have for the pros and cons this week. We had a good run yesterday of more against items. So
yeah. The only other pro I want to add is just a life experience from today was A Pro is a full keyboard. And it's because I do a lot of math when I work. So if you have just a laptop keyboard, typing in the buttons going from like 9 to 2, like my hand isn't that fucking flexible. So I can't like 2020 is so hard to type like with a typical laptop. Whenever you have a full keyboard, like with just your right hand, it is so much nicer. Like that is a pro.
keyboard podcast.
I'm in. No, I completely sold.
It's added to the list.
I'm serious. Like I was getting like legitimately annoyed by it. I think I got like carpal tunnel in my left hand today. So
it makes all the sense in the world. I was just not expecting us to be a full keyboard podcast.
So, do you want to do a couple little segments and then top 10, or do you want to start off with top 10?
The new segment from yesterday, the careers list. This is for both of you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go with this one. It's not as fun as yesterday, but who has had the better career? Kate Hudson or Cameron Diaz? They feel very similar.
They do. I want to say Cameron Diaz. I think pretty similar careers movie-wise, but then Cameron Diaz also has the dynasty of a franchise in Shrek. That is a huge resume.
Right.
So I'm going Cameron. They're pretty equal hotness too. So.
Yeah. Right. I think Cameron Diaz though, like she got kind of portrayed as like a slut. But what I love about that is like she ran with it. So like, she hit bad teacher. It's kind of like that slutty teacher. Like she kind of ran with that. So I'll give the nod to Cameron Diaz. She's a little bad girl compared to Kate Hudson, but I admire that.
I'll give a case for Kate Hudson. She has an Oscar nom between the two, and that matters in the acting world. And she had the McConaughey rom-coms for her going.
Yep. No, those are definitely good ones.
I have no problem with Cameron Diaz getting the win. And who's going to have the better career? This one's actually fun. I think I'll know your guys' answers, but I'll still want to hear it. Luka or Pat Mahomes?
I think it's easier than it's just so safe to say Pat Mahomes. I want to make the case for Luka very badly, though. I fucking love Luka.
The thing is, Mahomes just has got off to his career in an unprecedented start.
Yeah. Win helped out.
I'll play the contrarian and go Luka here.
This is why we brought you on.
Yeah, I'll play the contrarian. Mahomes, I feel like had I don't know. I feel like everything kind of played out perfectly this year, and it was I don't know, like it was Andy Reid's time, and they made all these trades and acquisitions on their defense. Like at the right time, they started clicking. Tyreek Hill wasn't beating the shit out of his wife for like 6 months. Like everything just clicked for this time, and it's not a knock to his talent.
No, I agree.
We just haven't seen anything like Luka. The fact that he's 20 years old in a sport where you can much easily play till you're. I mean, look at LeBron. Obviously, he's not LeBron, but like the physical toll is not nearly close. Mahomes plays in Arrowhead. It can get really snow. The conditions aren't easy. I don't know. I mean, if they can lock up Zingis, I think they can do something special. They're both really young. And then at that point, it's almost like on their general manager, not necessarily on Luke or Zingis, to get guys around him that complement.
But even that, like if you just have those two, you're kind of all right.
I mean, Luke was averaging a triple-double for like the first 35 games this year.
Right.
And then like I started watching him, like I would look at box scores and I would just like think it was a joke. And then like there were a few games around Christmas time that I watched. And he just is. It's literally he's playing at a different speed than everyone else. Like,
let me ask you real quick here. Sorry to interrupt. Which team fucked up the most not taking him? Suns, Kings, or Hawks?
Okay, so you can't say the Hawks. I mean, Trae Young looks like he's going to be fine.
I think it's kind of an easy answer.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the Kings. The Kings.
Aiden's been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Aiden's fine. I mean, I don't know why he takes steroids when he's already like 7 foot, 300 pounds. Like,
He's probably
how much bigger does he want to get?
The formative years.
Look like a detox drink or something.
I mean, the Kings, though, they're almost in the league just for people to talk about how bad a team is in every aspect of the word. Like, they hit De'Aaron Fox, and that's about it. So
Buddy Hield, nice for them. But yeah, as far as drafts go.
He's also
I mean, they benched Buddy Hield this year. They literally benched him.
Can you imagine a Luka Fox backcourt?
They're like starting Alex Len now. Like, I don't even know what they're doing. Like... But to circle back to the future, I think Luka has a skill set that we haven't seen. I know Mahomes is they're both very similar, but the NFL I mean, I know Brady won 6, but the NFL traditionally is just a much more competitive league. It is way harder to create dynasties. And you look at the Warriors, LeBron's been in 10 finals. Like, obviously they are just elite talents, but I think Luka can get there. And if you keep Zingas with him and build, I mean, you're starting 5 guys. Hell, if you get him, I mean, look at the Mavericks team that won it. Like, you get a piece like a Tyson Chandler on there who's just a role player, but it just fits perfectly in your scheme. I think it's easier to build around a Luka than it is to find 21 other guys to build around Mahomes. So I think Luka has potential to do something special.
Look at Rodgers. Rodgers is incredibly good, but he's only won 1 Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a great point. And they haven't paid him yet, so they've been able to go all in and build a roster around him for like these couple years with him on a rookie deal. That'll never happen again. Yes.
All right. Oh,
yeah, Connor, that's a great question though. I really like that one.
There you go.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Connor?
Some Mexican beer.
That's a sponsor, Connor. It's Tecate. Thank you.
Sponsor the show. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. All right, Kier. Let's hear this game you came up with.
All right, here we go. So every time I'm on the podcast, we're gonna do this. We're gonna mix it up in terms. Yeah. This is a sports competition. For those listeners, this is important to me. For those listeners out there that watched Stump the Schwab as a kid, right? Stump the Schwab was a show on ESPN Classic where this just 400-pound nerd sat behind a chair and they basically quizzed him versus average Joes like us. And they would ask them sports trivia questions and he would just smoke them. As like a 5th and 6th grader, I would have a notebook in my living room playing this bastard, trying to beat him. And one of the segments in that show was similar to this. I'm going to put a little twist on it, but I'm going to call it the journeyman game. All right. Okay. So how it's going to work is we're going to go with the NBA tonight. All right. Listen, I'm going to give you 5 players. So the first player I give you, right, all 5 of these players played for at least 8 teams. So 4 of them played for 8 teams. The 5th guy, the bonus one, played for 9. What we're going to do is you guys are going to alternate going back and forth telling me a team that this person played for.
Okay. Right? I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
You get a point for each correct team you get. And then if you get it wrong, you get a strike on that player, and it goes back to the other person.
You have to keep score that.
I will. I'll keep score. When you get 3 strikes, you're out, and the other person can keep guessing until they get 3 strikes.
This is great. Great game. So excited.
So each time I come on, we'll do the journeyman game, and we can do different sports, and there was a lot. I was like, the classic one I always think of that I remember that was on Stump the Schwab. I swear it was Kenny Lofton. I swear he played for like 11 teams.
I know. Okay, let's do it.
So that is where the inspiration behind this game played. But we have 5 guys. They're in the NBA. All right, so we're gonna start off.
Kenny Lofton first.
No, this is all NBA, but that's where the inspiration came from. So when we do the MLB one, right, maybe Kenny Lofton will be on there. But all right,
Kenny Lofton. tremendous backyard baseball
All
player.
right, so I'm gonna flip a coin real fast to see who goes first. I got the top of my beer tap, the bottom of my beer tap. Connor in the air, call it.
Tails.
It is tails. So Connor, you go
fails.
first. The first player is Vince Carter. He played for 8 teams.
Let's just get it out of the way. The Raptors.
The Raptors, Connor with 1. All right, Kyle.
The Nets.
The Nets, good. Connor.
The Hawks.
The Hawks is good. Kyle.
The Grizzlies.
Correct. There's 4
The
down.
Magic.
Correct. Kyle.
Oh man, now it's tough. I can definitely think of some.
One in mind, maybe 2.
Yeah, I want to say the Mavericks.
Correct. 3-3. Connor.
That was the one I fucking had. This one I don't feel great about, but I'm gonna go with the Suns.
Correct.
Yes.
Man, that's such a good one. Now I'm lost.
So we have Raptors, Nets, Magic, Suns, Mavericks, Grizzlies, and Hawks. There's 1 team left.
Connor, do you know it?
I don't think I do.
I don't either.
I will. After you each, if you each guess twice and don't get it, I'll give you his age at this team or the year, just to give you a little.
I feel like it's a later one. I don't really remember. I'll try the Wizards, see how that works.
That is incorrect, Connor.
First one.
I'm just like ruling teams out in my head right now.
He's
The
been
Kings.
a mentor for so long.
What is that?
The Kings.
Kings is correct. All right, so Connor with a 5-3 lead after Vince Carter.
Yeah.
So Kyle who started that one? Connor?
Yeah. I'm scared of Connor in sports trivia. It's his like weird tick. It's amazing. I'm so impressed.
And Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like out of all the sports, NBA is probably between us three our
Vince
most
Carter's
common.
like a guy we grew up with though, so that one's like kind of easy. But when you go to like obscure NBA players, I'm gonna be fucked.
I was wondering if Antoine Jameson would be here.
I kept all of these guys are active players. All 5.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
They're all journeyman active players. Okay.
I like.
All right, here we go. So Kyle, you start this time. Number 2 is Jamal Crawford.
All right. The one everybody knows, Clippers.
Clippers is correct.
He's actually been on every team in the league.
He's played on 8.
The Knicks.
The Knicks is correct.
Man. I want to say the Suns.
The Suns is correct.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
The Bulls is correct.
I don't remember him East too much. I think these are mostly West Coast teams. He wasn't on the Kings.
4 teams we've said before.
So far, the Clippers, Knicks, Bulls, and Suns have been said.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I don't think he was on the Jazz either. Let's try Mavericks again.
Mavericks is incorrect. First strike.
I am going to go with the Golden State Warriors.
Correct.
Boom.
3-2, Connor.
Was that part of like the Andre Karolinko, Andres Biedron's teams?
He was there
Aaron
for
Davis, B. Diddy.
1 year. He was there in like 08-09 with like Monte Ellis and
Okay.
yeah.
That's fun.
Fun fact about Monte Ellis: when he got traded to the Bucks had to choose between him or Steph, and they went with Monte Ellis. Carry on though.
Was he on the Mavericks? Did I guess them already?
You did. That was your last guess.
Okay, thank God. The Rockets.
Incorrect. It's
Fuck,
2
man.
strikes. Connor.
The Hawks.
Correct.
Man, I was all West Coast.
So you have 2 more teams left. You said Clippers, Knicks, Bulls, Hawks, Suns, Warriors. We got 2 left.
Mm-hmm. So I still have one more guess before I'm out.
Right.
Okay.
Then Connor can guess until he gets 3 strikes.
Is he on the Cavs at any point?
He was not.
Fuck, man.
All right, so Connor,
fine.
you get 2, or you haven't missed yet.
Yeah.
Of course I fucking missed.
You had to guess 5 teams.
He's got to. So you get to guess 5. You need to hit 2.
Fuck. Wait, so what happens if I don't get any right? Do I still win?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're adding up the individual points per player.
Oh, okay.
So you got 3
It's
this time.
5-3 going into this Crawford, and you're up 4-2 as it stands.
Yep.
That way, it allows you to come back if someone just hits their head.
Was he ever on the Wizards?
Negative. It's a -1, or that's a X. One
The
strike.
Wizards such a journeyman team.
Yeah. This stuff. The Nets.
Nah. You got one more guess.
I thought he was for sure in that.
Yes.
Nets is also a journeyman team. I'll just say Blazers.
Correct.
Oh!
You can still get one more guess to get the last.
I don't remember that.
He played on the Blazers 2011, 2012. 1 year. This last team he played for in 2017, 2018.
Was it the Magic? Have we said the Magic?
We have not, but that is incorrect. It was the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I was gonna.
So 5-2 Connor there. We got 10-5. All right.
Well,
This one.
that was one I was pulled out of my ass.
This one is back to Kyle. You ready?
Yep.
Jeremy Lin. 8 teams.
Okay. Well, the Knicks.
Raptors.
Wait, who started the first one?
Kyle said Knicks. I said Raptors.
Knicks and Raptors are both good.
Okay, the Warriors.
Warriors are good.
The Rockets.
The Rockets are good.
The Pacers.
It is incorrect.
I thought I remembered him on the Pacers.
Sorry.
The Nets.
The Nets is correct.
Is he on the Magic?
Magic is incorrect.
Man, guys.
What team did I just have? This is not going to be right, but I'll say it anyways. The Bucks.
That is incorrect. It's 1 strike for Connor.
I could really use one here. I think he was on the West Coast a lot. Is he on the Lakers at any point?
Yes.
Oh!
Was on the Lakers.
How many teams have we said so far?
You said the Rockets, Lakers, Nets, Knicks, Warriors, Raptors. It's 3-3. There's 2 teams left. Kyle has 2 strikes. Connor, you have 1. Yeah, he was on the Lakers for 1 year.
I do remember him being on the Lakers, actually, now that I think about it. I'm just going to go with the typical journeyman team. I'll say the Kings.
Incorrect. 2 strikes each.
Okay. I really do think he was on the West Coast for an extended period, so it's like why I liked you saying that. Was he on the Clippers?
Incorrect.
Damn.
Yeah. Connor.
I thought of another one.
One I don't think you'll get. The other one I'm surprised hasn't been hit.
Sixers?
No.
See on the Magic.
The Hornets is one of them, and then he played for the Hawks last year.
Wow, that's right.
Hawks. Oh, you have to think of the journeyman teams.
Yeah.
They're one of them.
Yep.
All right, so Connor's still at 5. You got to do something special here. We got 2 guys left. The bonus one's the last one. We'll make the bonus one worth 2 to make it interesting.
Oh, what the hell, man! All right,
why not? Once you hear the player's name, you'll understand. It's a special player. All right, so number 4, I referenced him earlier in the show, Tyson Chandler.
Love that.
Okay,
so 8 teams. So this one starts with Connor.
Okay.
Knicks.
The Knicks is correct.
The Mavericks.
Mavericks, correct.
Bulls.
Bulls is correct.
The Suns.
Suns is good.
Ooh, that was the one I had. Oh boy. Give me a second to think about this.
You got 15 seconds.
Again, I'm going back to the Wizards.
Incorrect. No. There's one miss.
Connor, did you not say your own team?
I did.
You said the Knicks? Okay.
Won Defense Player of the Year for him.
Bulls, Mavs, Knicks, and Suns have been said.
Okay. Was he on the Rockets?
Yes.
Fuck.
Cool.
His is tough now.
You guys are missing his. So the Rockets is the team he's currently on.
Right.
I do love this game, but fuck, is it tough?
10 seconds, Connor.
I'll go Clippers.
Incorrect. That's 2 strikes for Connor.
The Magic.
No.
Incorrect.
Oh yes, that's big.
Kyle Huffing's been on the Magic every point.
I know. They're such a journeyman team.
Was he ever a Sacramento King?
No, that's 3 strikes for Connor. So you have 2 strikes available, Kyle.
I was thinking of the Grizzlies.
No.
Oh! I thought that was it!
I thought that was it too.
Wow, that's actually
one more strike. You can take advantage here. There's still 3 teams available. So the Bulls, Mavericks, Knicks, Suns, and Rockets have been said. There's 3 available.
The Cavs.
No.
He wasn't on the Cavs?
No, so the 3 remaining, these are hard. The Lakers was last year.
I wasn't sure if he was like
Then back in the day, the Bobcats and the Hornets.
Okay.
So he was on the transition.
That's a big one for me to get out of that.
All right, so 3-2. So Kyle, you're down 4. We're gonna make this 2x here. There's 9 teams for a Mr. Trevor Ariza.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I know 2.
Yeah.
So it's gonna become a guessing game. But all right, so Kyle, it starts with you.
The Rockets.
The Rockets is good.
So it's my turn.
Go back to all of your guys' roots of journeyman teams. And
The
you're probably
Lakers,
gonna
Holmes.
hit all of them. Yes, the Lakers is good.
All right, so the Magic then.
The Magic, yes.
Finally.
The Suns.
The Suns, yes. Literally, this is the classic journeyman. Looking at these.
The Wizards.
The Wizards is a yes.
This I don't feel as good about. The Kings.
The Kings is good.
Yes.
The Timberwolves.
No, it's the first strike. So we have 6 down, 3 to go.
Okay.
I don't believe he was ever won't say it, the team.
All 3 of these teams have been said already, too. Like, the players previously been said.
The Nets.
Incorrect.
Ah! Fuck my ass.
1 each.
Is he on the Clippers? Did we say that?
No, he was not. So it's 2 strikes for Kyle. Connor.
I'll just say the Knicks. I'll say the Knicks.
He was drafted by the Knicks. So that is
That's what I was going to say instead of the Clippers. I thought if you hadn't thought of your own team by now, you weren't going to.
So we're 7 down. We got 2 to go. We have Knicks, Magic, Lakers, Rockets, Wizards, Suns, Kings.
Trevor Ariza. Not Cavs. I feel like he was on the Sixers at one point.
Who's not?
Cool. All right, Connor. Take it home.
Wizards.
Already said.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
The Thunder.
Incorrect. 2 strikes each.
I thought it was 3 for Kyle.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, you're done, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. All right,
That's
go ahead,
okay.
Connor. This is for pride.
Yeah, this is for shits and gigs. Bulls.
No, it's the Hornets and the Trailblazers.
Man.
All right, so in the first edition of the Journeyman game, Connor, congratulations. You take it.
Connor, you deserve it after how the drafts went this week. It was nice to see.
I won the food draft. I won the food draft. Here, we're gonna bring you on for a draft because you're a draft.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Kyle won the food draft. And so Andy took such a contrarian route in the food draft that it threw me off. But he might end up. He would end up maybe being the happiest in the end. Just because
the first round pick was something.
Yeah.
Also, because he's not watching the show, his first 2 picks were abysmal. Stromboli and Cyril, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Those were his first 2 picks.
Honestly, I wasn't gonna question him on it. He just wanted to lock his favorites up, and he got them.
Well, Connor, you got Connor, you got steak and crab legs, correct?
Yeah.
Everything crab.
Yeah, that was a good hit.
Yeah. Now, Connor, you're great in the middle of the drafts, especially, I think.
Oh, by the way, speaking, because my TV character draft, which everyone... No, because it'll spoil Kier's bracket, so I'm not going to say anything. I'll bring it for that pod. I'll bring it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll leave a teaser when we end the show, but
you on for that pod, Kier, just so you know, which is next Saturday.
Gotcha. But yeah, so that wraps up the Journeyman game, though. If you enjoyed that, we'll get 5 new guys up next time and run it back.
That was great. I love that. I wish I would have performed better at the same time. It's a fun game, and Connor's a juggernaut, so like I'm happy I held my own there. So that's welcome addition to the podcast for sure.
I'll see if I can get a little creative with it too. Maybe I can find like actors or actresses in the movies they were like a lead role in or something, and see how many of those.
Love that.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I'll do my digging next time I come on. We'll do something similar in terms of your memory of specific people.
You've earned yourself a weekly spot on the show minimum.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yep.
I actually have a quick segment.
Okay.
I was out getting stuff today, and I purchased these. I haven't had them yet. Skittles dips. So we're just gonna do a live review real quick. They're Skittles dipped in yogurt.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this. Just watching you eat that, I'm gonna say like a 4 out of 10. Like
you're not having a great time.
I'm a Skittle fan, but I can't imagine you mess with them much because they can't get much sweeter than they currently are.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm saying 6 out of 10 is what you're thinking.
I'm gonna go like 4.7.
Okay.
I'm gonna go low.
Split the difference and go the 5-ish somewhere range.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just way too sweet.
You went outside today, Connor.
I did. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Yeah. I don't know if I would recommend these.
Okay.
I mean, they're edible. They're not the worst things ever, but they are way too sweet.
The new thing that I've seen at like every gas station is like the chode versions of Sour Pouch straws, and they are so much better than actual Sour Pouch straws. I would
Really?
highly recommend those. Um, so should I save my top 10 for another podcast? I've been sitting on this one for like 3 days. It's pretty decent.
Well, I mean, I have a take really quickly.
Okay. Yeah, let's do takes.
A
We'll save
sports
that for
take.
another podcast because we got like 40 minutes.
Sports take, actually.
Okay.
Because apparently the Panthers are going to cut Cam Newton. I think the Giants should sign him.
So, did you see Daniel Jones' video thanking all the paramedics? What a class act.
Yeah,
you're wearing a Dan Wagon shirt.
Bring in some competition. Why not?
Now, I love Cam Newton. I have no idea why he's being so disrespected in NFL circles right now.
I don't know why the Panthers gave, like, decent-ish money to Teddy Bridgewater, who hasn't done a fucking thing.
Right. And Cam's better.
Yeah, I think a lot better.
And the one that doesn't make sense to me either is the Bears trading for Nick Foles instead of Cam Newton, who they could have got for way less money and like a third of the price they paid.
Nick Foles isn't good.
Even I would rather have Andy Dalton, honestly, than Nick Foles.
Same. Andy Dalton can lead a team to he could take a team to the Super Bowl if they have a good defense. He's the league average quarterback.
No, also I'd rather have the Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky.
Probably, actually.
Yeah.
Podcast. We like
At least he can run. Yeah, we love Mitch. We love all the young guns. We're big Josh Allen podcast, big Mitch Trubisky podcast.
So, Kier, how have you been handling the quarantine?
I've been staying busy. Me and Kyle have been hitting the links on Xbox recently.
I love that.
You're like the actual link.
I actually have played golf a couple times. Well, I mean, it makes sense that golf courses are open, right? I mean, if everyone takes their own cart, or if you walk, you all play your own ball, just leave the freaking pin in the hole so you're not taking that out. There's nothing wrong with it. So, honestly, it's just been Mother Nature has just been pissing her pants this week. So, I think the courses are more worried about her soggy diaper than it is about this coronavirus thing.
It's the perfect activity. You're just far away from literally everybody.
If we had to guess when sports were coming back, when would we say? All of us.
Well, if the goal is mid-June, I've thought of this idea. I don't know if it's come out, but my personal opinion is the NBA and NHL played 3/4 of their season. You already know who the best teams are. So I say you have two logical solutions. One is you rip a 5-game series in the first round, second round, and third round and play a 7-game finals. That way you invite all the teams in, or you just tell the 6 or 5 through 8 seeds to go home, and you just start in the quarterfinals and play 7-7-7. I don't think they should even play one more regular season game. They played 3/4 of the season. At this point, you've proven that you deserve it, especially in the NBA. Hockey's a little different because hockey, there's a lot more volatility. We've seen the Kings, who were in they were the last seed, and they like swept through and won the Stanley Cup the one year. Yep. But like in NBA, I mean, you have to dig back far to see a 7 or an 8 seed like make noise. Didn't the Warriors win as an 8 seed? Like
it was like 07. They beat the Mavs.
Yeah. So like that was probably the last time I remember when the Grizzlies.
No, it was the Sixers beat the Bulls when Rose blew his knee out.
Okay,
that one doesn't really count.
But I'm just thinking back, I think this was 2 years ago when the Spurs were the 1 seed. They played the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies were literally like 10,000 to 1 to win that series. And as Kevin Malone once said, if you give them 10,000 to 1 odds on anything, you take it.
John
Camp, everyone's an Oscar. It'll be rich, but
that's so great.
But in all seriousness, yeah, the NBA, I think you just understand your top 4 teams in the East and the West. Just let them play 7. Hockey, maybe you do like an NFL setup where you go 6 teams. They do the weird way. Maybe you take the top 2 in each division and then your 2 wild cards or whatever and just trim off the bottom 2. But they can get creative in ways and just, I mean, when you play 3/4, it's like in baseball, you play 7 innings. They allow the winning team, like with a rain delay, they award the winner. I think they can do something similar here with the NBA and the NHL.
Speaking of Kevin Malone, just to go off topic a little, I have 2 office scenes of mine that I wrote down are 2 of my favorites.
Okay.
I had thought about them earlier. So you know how you brought up the Scranton Strangler yesterday, Kyle?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode, it had to have been season 7, when they were watching the Scranton Strangler chase on the news?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, he's driving by our house. He's driving by our building. He's driving by our building. And so they all run to their one room, and Michael's like the first there and like clearly doesn't see him, but like pretends like he sees him. He's like, I saw him. He's there. He's gone. He's gone. I saw him. You missed him. That scene, it's like, damn, we missed him. That scene kills me. If you know what I'm talking
you're not even doing the best part of that scene. Whenever he goes out and he like collects
the jar full of travel.
About how like 50 years from like 50 years from now, he can sell the dirt that the Scranton Strangler rode on to his grandkids. They could buy a fucking spaceship. It's brilliant.
And this is just a classic one. When Michael has his meeting or whatever, and in the background there's the Microsoft Windows box like going on the screen, and they're like waiting for it to hit in the corner, and all.
Yeah,
never gonna hit. And Kevin goes, "Come on, man, believe in something." But he says, kills me. And then when it finally hits, everyone cheers. And Michael in his interview was like, sometimes you have it during the meeting.
Those are 2 great scenes. So actually, I started something. It's a little bit out of season, but for Christmas every year, instead of watching the movies, I watch like all of the Christmas episodes. And I have a definitive opinion on which is the best one. And it's for sure whenever they go to Benihana, the Benihana Christmas 2-part episode is the best Christmas one. When Angela, like, they're like kind of making up and like trying to combine the 2 rival parties, and Angela's like, "Oh, I heard you guys have a karaoke machine," and Karen's like, "Yeah, somebody stole our cord." Angela like reaches into a potted plant,
like into the tree.
Such a good episode. Michael marks the Asian girl's arm to tell her.
Oh my god, it's amazing! Yeah, with the Sharpie.
I like when they take the Asian girls, just take the bikes and just leave.
That's so good. See, that's like the most fun part about like quarantine too. Is like, not only I'm like watching all my favorite shows and like. But I'm also like discovering like creative things that I haven't watched in like a super long time. And like those like later seasons of The Office are like what I'm on right now. So I'm having a great time with that.
Kier, if you had the first pick in the TV draft, would you have taken Michael Scott?
Yeah, I think
Second pick then. Second pick.
That's a good question. When did George go, Costanza?
He went second round.
Okay, he would be up there. So someone who slipped, I think Kyle, you took him. Ron Swanson.
That was me.
There you go. That was a late 4th round. I mean, he makes that show. He is unreal.
I think a big oversight from the board in that draft. I can't believe it. No New Girl characters got taken.
I'll watch New Girl.
Yeah, I mean, Ari was deserved. There's really the second pick.
Oh, definitely.
Like, he's amazing.
A notable omission, Kyle, was Johnny Drama.
Yeah.
Drama.
I love Drama.
Great one.
Fuck.
He's the second best character in that show.
With an argument to be made for first, I think.
Oh no, I love Ari through and through. I won't.
I love too.
I mean, Walter White was deserved of a very high pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you guys did a really good job. Like, what I like about your guys' drafts too, that you stick true to, is if you don't watch a show, you don't just take them just for the name value.
Yeah.
So, like The Sopranos, like if you were more invested in The Sopranos, I'm sure that a lot of those characters would have been taken higher. But
been second overall pick, but I didn't watch the show.
I mean, was Larry David drafted?
No, I love every episode of Curb I've watched, but I haven't really
Because
watched.
he's like that. It's not like a true character. Maybe? I don't know. It's like
I think Newman could have gotten drafted.
Right, I agree.
Newman's pretty funny.
Newman's pretty funny.
He is pretty funny.
I hate him in Jurassic Park, though. Hate him.
Oh, he's such a bitch.
Yeah. That's different. But yeah.
All right.
I mean, do you have?
Want to rip your top 10, Kyle, or is this already?
I was gonna say it's like 45 minutes. I think my top 10 would turn into like a 20-25 minute conversation.
Let's do it. Fuck it. What, Kyle? Literally, what else do we have to do?
Okay.
Hold on. Can I grab a beer real fast?
Yeah, please.
Grab a beer. It's Friday, Kyle. Fuck it.
It is Friday. It's just so nice to have everybody finally on the same page as me for Fridays. I never go out on Fridays. I'm a Saturday kind of guy, so it's just nice that everybody's on my level finally. But
all right.
So anyway,
wait, can there be rebuttals for this?
You can, yeah, no, definitely provide feedback and everything on how I rank them. But the rankings are the rankings, so I'm just gonna leave them there. But it's pretty simple. I put this together on Tuesday pretty quickly, and I've just reinforced over the last 3 days. So this is the top 10 things to do while in quarantine.
Okay.
So just avoiding social distancing in general.
It's number one, masturbate.
It is not, but it is high up on the list.
All right, carry on.
Number 10, stare at a wall. Timeless classic. If you never have anything to do, you can do that. Number 9, listen to music. I love listening to music.
Question: If you had to listen to the same artist for 4 hours in quarantine, what artist would that be?
Jesus Christ!
4 hours is aggressive. I'll say an album, one album. So like
one
2
album.
hours.
Man, it changes all the time, but I think the best rap album of all time is "Get Rich or Die Trying." So it's like an 18-song, 19-song album. That
I would go with any of Kanye's first 3 albums.
Yeah, that's great too.
If I listen to Get Rich or Die Trying, there'd be like 9 holes in my wall. So I'd be losing my mind. Very
exciting. Number 8 is look out your window and kind of just look at the world, how it's changed. I saw somebody skateboarding today. I haven't seen somebody skateboarding in like 10 years. I thought that was absolutely wild. Just like watching like people running and like interacting with each other in limited capability. I live downtown too on like Mount Washington. It's crazy, like all the people that are like out on their porches talking to each other. It's very fascinating. Number 7 is eat whatever you want. So today I ate fruit snacks, goldfish crackers, tortilla chips, Go-Gurt, a banana, and shredded mozzarella cheese. It was one of my craziest food days of all time. I have everything. I had mozzarella cheese right here in a bag. Number 6 is read Twitter. And now that I'm rereading this for like the first time in like 3 days, I think Twitter's been terrible, actually. I've been very disappointed with the content on Twitter.
It's a lot of stuff that's disappointing, like just coronavirus news where we're like, fuck.
So let's actually remove Twitter at number 6 and put listen to this podcast instead. So
yes.
Ourselves
or watch on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Number 5 is laying down. I've been prone for pretty much 80% of my time during this outbreak, and I haven't laid down this much probably since I was a newborn baby. Like,
You've gotten pretty good at it.
I know. I might, if this drags out for months, I might have to learn how to like walk and stand up again. It's most of my day. So that's 5. Number 4 is watching TV and movies, of course. Just getting back into old stuff that you forgot about. Go ahead.
I don't even watch TV. I don't even turn on the TV. Like, what's the point?
TV as in, so TV shows, like I include
Okay. Fair enough.
movies.
Streaming.
Yeah, I don't have cable, Connor. I haven't watched cable in 3 years.
Who needs it? Carry on.
Number 3 is play video games, of course. It's an absolute lifesaver. I know me and Will have been playing video games. A lot of people have. Connor, what have you been doing video game wise?
So back in college, my Xbox 360 got stolen, and I just haven't gotten back on the wagon.
Connor, this is a generation and a half later, so you just moved on from video games in general.
The thing is, I'm not against them. Like, I want to get back in the game, I just haven't.
Well, is this not the perfect time to launch a full-scale investigation on what happened there?
It was like 7 years ago. It was so long ago. And I should have like tried searching for the culprit then, but I kind of was just like, we had a good run, and it sucks, but I want to get back in the game, but I'm just not, and I don't want to talk about it. Move on.
Okay, number 2 is masturbating. Indeed, I might have been too low on this because I was genuinely sick for the first 4 days. So not to get
levels low.
Yeah, so not to get too dirty, but like I did it today, and like I'm really excited for the rest of quarantine. So, yeah, it's gonna be great. And number 1, I did put it here. It's sleep. I have not slept this well in probably several years. Like I can just not work and just tell people I was sleeping for 4 hours, and like that's okay.
The problem for me is I'm notoriously god awful sleeper, so I can't really sleep. Although I got a nap the other day, which was nice, but I do like that as number 1, though. I'm not disputing it being number 1 because sleeping makes the time go by. I'm just not a good sleeper.
Yep.
So just to clarify, masturbating was your only vice of your top 10. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I haven't been able to drink either. This is literally the first drink that I've had in 6 days since St. Patrick's.
I wonder why you've been sick. Yeah.
Yep. No, I need the antioxidants from whatever I'm drinking right now. But no, I think that is the biggest flaw on my list is that I don't have drinking anywhere because I haven't been participating in it. Have you guys been getting drunk this whole week?
The only times I really drink is during this show.
It hasn't, especially during the week, it's hard to get aggressive, but the past couple of nights, just a couple of stiffener here or there, just to keep you honest.
Take the edge off.
Yeah.
It's nice that they're reopening the liquor stores too, so like I was pretty unprepared during this whole thing, so now I can go out tomorrow and kind of get some stuff for the following week.
I think we're all fucking unprepared because how many fucking of these super viruses have there been?
Yeah,
and this
but
is
how would
the one that's actually the one that matters?
How would you feel though How would you feel if you're the loser on the news though? That's like 28th in line outside at the fucking liquor store. It takes you 3 hours to get in. You have maybe like a shot as soon as you get home, then that bottle's closed, and then tomorrow we can just like do the D on into the liquor store.
Oh
and
not
have to worry about it.
That's so funny.
Like, there's some people who overreacted. Like,
did we all decide when we think this is going to end?
I'd say, in my professional opinion, it will end sometime in July.
I'm saying September.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm doom and gloom.
Man.
September.
What do you what does this mean? Like, what do you mean by end?
Like,
for it to be socially acceptable to go outside again.
So, like, in sports or back in the swing of things. I think
they'll start in mid-June.
I think baseball is canceled. I think baseball is not happening this year.
That is your conspiracy theory, and I really like it.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Why? Because of the Astros or some?
Oh, no one is loving this more than the Astros because no one is even thinking about the Astros anymore.
It's true.
I just think sports, it's just going to start too late.
Season's too long. You can't have like a 40-game baseball season.
I've come to the realization there's not going to be an NBA champion this year. That's done. But they're going to desperately want to have one too.
See, Connor, I have a quick hypothetical for you.
Yes.
Right? If you're Jose Altuve, all right, the first time they play the Yankees, they start Aroldis Chapman, the Yankees. You are Jose Altuve. Do you just put your bat on the ground and walk back to the dugout? What do you do there? Do you stand in the box? What do you do there as a professional?
I'll answer that in a second. But I have said this about the Astros. You know, everyone fucking hates their guts.
Yes.
What they should have done is leaned into it, and going into spring training, their entire team should have worn their World Series rings to it. Be like, yeah, we fucking cheated and we don't care because we're still the champs.
They kind of did that.
But, so the first time they play, they start Aroldis Chapman. Like, they don't wait to bring him out. He's just standing on the mound. The fattest dipping, just pissed off.
I think I just say I don't play that day. Myself. I'll pass.
That was a fun situation because like I liked how the Astros were kind of being dickheads about it, but at the same time I loved the chaos and like I was rooting for every time somebody was beaming them in spring training.
I know that sucks because we're not gonna get that now.
Yep.
I hope baseball teams don't forget about it though for whenever the season starts and they just.
No, it won't be the same because they're like all emotional and hopped up about it because the Astros kept saying stuff, so they kept throwing at them. It was great.
I just hate how all of baseball just kept crying about it. It's like, just shut up. Shut up. They cheated. Who fucking cares at this point?
I just wanted to see the death penalty like one time in my lifetime. Like I thought all
ever gonna get.
Outside of SMU.
Astros players should have just been dumped in a draft. Everybody fired. They start over as an expansion team next year. That would have been the most
awesome. That would have been really cool.
Because like SMU literally like died as a program in the 80s.
They're still not a program. Like they are, but they don't matter.
I just want to see that happen. That'd be so much fun.
Penn State was the opportunity, man. That was the one. Like they were right there too.
Yep.
Sorry to Penn State listeners, by the way.
Yeah, everybody always gets upset about molesting kids, so there's something to do about
it. Shut up.
Well, that's great. So do you guys have, this has been about an hour at this point. Do you guys have any final takes that you want to pop off?
No, I think this was a strong Friday episode.
I love the games. Yeah. You can come on and do that every week if you want. It's so much fun.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, I'll try to get creative with it so we can hop outside of sports. I know a few of those guys. That was kind of tough, but
no, I booked for next Saturday though. At least next Saturday, because that's your bracket, which we
yeah.
Have you booked for that? We could bring you on another time during the week though, if you have some good ideas in the works.
Yep. Yeah, so I guess my final message, everyone tune in for the bracket. Was it tomorrow, correct?
Saturday is the bracket.
Yeah, so tomorrow, a bracket that's been highly anticipated for over a year at this point. It has to be, right? Yep. Like
the audio is terrible, so we're doing it all over tomorrow. We're redoing this like the regions.
Yep.
Yeah,
adding somebody else.
I've known about this bracket for a long time, and I'm really excited about the input. A lot of passion is going to be put into this bracket. But following Saturday, we'll love to be back on. We have another good bracket, just doing a few revisions, and we'll have a good time. What's that?
Bracket. Don't sell yourself short. It's not good. It's great.
Right.
Appreciate
Great.
that.
That bracket is also a year in the making as well. So
Oh, it is. I'll tell you
credit.
what. If you ever have to make a 64 team bracket on like something, it is the hardest thing of all time. But I was telling Kyle when we were on the links earlier, is that the thing is misseeding is very okay because it makes it more like a tournament atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like if you set it up pure chalk, then there's no excitement. But whenever that 8
gets it
seed
wrong
sets that
sometimes.
1 seed, like hell, like when Winnie the Pooh is a 6 seed,
Yes,
he came out and won the Disney character.
He should have never been a
bracket.
6
He
seed.
no business being there. No
Right. Exactly. So the point, yeah, the fact that we can make these brackets and upsets are encouraged to happen. I might not even second guess it and just lock it in and submit it. So,
Yep.
But excited for the pod tomorrow, guys. It's been a long time.
Have you here. You're a tremendous guest.
Yep.
Keep up the good content.
Guest.
Appreciate that, Kyle. I'll probably see you on the links here pretty shortly.
Yep. In a few minutes. All right, guys.
All right, later, guys. Thanks.
Yep.